An old woman asked bikers, "Can you help my grandson?" The words were soft, trembling, carried by the frail voice of Edna, a small woman whose body seemed fragile, but whose eyes held fierce desperation. Ryder and his crew were cleaning their motorcycles outside Rustwood Diner when she approached, cane tapping lightly against the pavement. Her face, lined with years of struggle and sorrow, was wet with tears, but it wasn't grief alone, it was a call for justice, for protection, for action. Ryder stepped forward, towering over her yet moving with care. What's wrong? Tell us what's going on," he asked, voice calm but urgent. Edna shook, gripping her handbag tightly. "It's my grandson. Liam. He's been getting into trouble. People are hurting him. I don't know where to turn. Can you help him?" The room went silent. Around them, bikers exchanged glances, all of them hardened men with scars and years on the road, yet every one of them felt the weight of Edna's plea. There was no exaggeration in her trembling voice, no dramatics, just raw truth and fear. Ryder looked at Cole and Hank. "Everyone, this isn't just another call. We move together. No hesitation. We're going to find him and make sure he's safe." Edna's small hand shook as she whispered, "Please, he's all I have left." The bikers mounted their Harleys, engines roaring to life as though answering the unspoken vow of protection. 40 motorcycles, lined up on the street, formed a moving wall of moral strength and loyalty. Ryder's eyes softened as he adjusted his gloves. "Kids counting on us. We don't fail. Not today, not ever." The convoy roared through the streets, tires gripping asphalt like a heartbeat of justice. Every rider felt it, the invisible weight of responsibility, the moral duty to act when innocence called. Even in silence, the engines carried a promise, a declaration that they would rise when it mattered most. As they approached the rundown part of town, Ryder slowed, eyes scanning the alleys and shadows. "Cole, Hank, look sharp. Liam could be anywhere, and we can't take chances. Sable, you're with me. Keep an eye on the streets, and don't let him slip by." Then they saw him, a small boy, 14 at most, cornered by 2 older kids, rough and menacing, shoving him against a graffiti-covered wall. Liam's eyes widened as he spotted the bikers, his fear mingled with disbelief. They actually came," he whispered, voice shaking. Ryder's voice boomed, calm but commanding, "Step away. Now." The older boys froze, their bravado melting under the weight of 40 pairs of eyes, 40 hearts united in moral courage. Ryder's team moved as one, forming a protective wall around Liam. The sheer presence, loyalty, and courage radiating from the bikers was enough to break the tension. The attackers, sensing the moral authority pressing down on them, slowly backed away, muttering under their breath, defeated without a single strike thrown. Liam clutched his backpack, staring up at Ryder, voice trembling, I didn't think anyone would come for me." Ryder knelt, placing a firm but gentle hand on his shoulder. "You're not alone, kid. Not today, not ever. That's a promise. We protect those who can't protect themselves." The engines of the motorcycles hummed low, a lullaby of protection and moral strength. Even in the chaos of the streets, there was a lesson written in every scarred leather jacket, every watchful eye. Loyalty is action, courage is presence, and the smallest voice can summon a force stronger than fear itself. Edna's voice cracked as she whispered into the phone, tears streaming down her face. They actually came." In that moment, Liam realized something powerful. He wasn't just being rescued from bullies or danger. He was being shown the meaning of family, loyalty, and moral courage. And in that lesson, he would find strength that would never leave him. The convoy moved through Rustwood's winding streets, engines rumbling like a living heartbeat of protection. Liam sat between Ryder and Sable on the lead bike, his small frame tense, clutching his backpack as though it could shield him from the world's dangers. Edna rode in a sidecar secured by Hank, eyes wide with relief, yet still scanning the streets like a hawk, protective even now of the grandson she had fought so hard to save. Ryder's gaze was sharp, taking in every shadow, every flicker of movement. "Stay alert," he said into the comm, "we're not out of the woods yet. People like the ones harassing Liam, they don't give up that easily." Cole rode just behind, muscles tense, scanning for any sign of pursuit. "Ryder, I've got the rear covered. Anyone follows, we'll know immediately. This kid stays safe, no exceptions. The streets blurred past, graffiti-stained walls and broken streetlights casting elongated shadows. Liam's small voice broke the silence. Why are you helping me? You don't even know me. Ryder didn't hesitate. Because someone has to. Because loyalty isn't about knowing, it's about acting when it matters most. And right now, you matter. Your life matters. Edna's voice trembled, whispered but filled with emotion. I didn't think anyone would come for him. I didn't think anyone cared. Hank reached over briefly to reassure her. Care isn't just words. It's action. You see, these bikers don't just ride, they rise when it counts. They turned into an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town, a place the crew had previously used for emergencies. It was fortified, quiet, and secure, a sanctuary where Liam could catch his breath, and Edna could feel her grandson was truly safe. Blankets were laid out, water brought over, and a corner transformed into a temporary haven. Liam sank onto the blankets, face pale but finally able to breathe. Ryder crouched beside him. Kid, you're safe here. For now, nobody gets near you. Not tonight. Not ever. Mia, the youngest rider, offered a small cup of water to Liam. You're doing fine. Just breathe. You're with people who act when it matters, people who won't let anything happen to you. Outside, Cole and Hank maintained watch, while Sable spoke quietly to Liam. You're not alone anymore. You have family now. People who protect. People who care. Edna sank to a nearby chair, hand trembling as she held her grandson's hand. I can't thank you enough, she whispered, voice breaking. I never imagined. I never thought someone would care enough to do this. Ryder glanced around at the crew, then back at Liam and Edna. This isn't about thanks. It's about action. Courage isn't just standing up for yourself, it's standing up for those who can't. Loyalty isn't words, it's deeds. And moral strength? That's showing up when it matters most. Liam hugged his backpack to his chest, feeling something he hadn't felt in weeks: safety, protection, hope. And as the bikers continued to survey the perimeter, he realized that the world, though dangerous, could still have guardians. People who would rise above fear, violence, and apathy to stand for him, just like Ryder and his crew had done. The night outside remained tense, but inside the warehouse, a fragile sense of peace settled. Liam finally allowed himself to relax slightly, knowing that this family of bikers would not let the world harm him. Not now, not ever. The warehouse, bathed in the soft glow of lanterns and moonlight filtering through broken windows, felt like a sanctuary, but Ryder knew better. Danger didn't take breaks, and those who had been harassing Liam before could return at any moment, emboldened or desperate. He could feel it in the silence, in the tension in the air, in the way his crew moved with alert precision around the perimeter. Cole scanned the rooftops outside, binoculars in hand. Nothing yet, he whispered, voice tense. But I don't like the quiet. Too many empty streets, too many shadows. Hank moved to the front, blocking one of the warehouse entrances. We keep eyes on every corner. If anyone comes close, we know before they even step foot inside. Inside, Liam hugged his backpack tighter, glancing nervously at Ryder. Do you think they'll come back? The ones who were chasing me? Ryder knelt beside him, voice low but steady. They might. But here's the thing, kid, tonight, you're not alone. You've got 40 people out there who are ready to rise when it matters. Courage isn't just fighting, it's having people who act for you when you can't act for yourself. Edna sat nearby, hands clasped tightly, watching every move of Ryder's crew. I've never seen anything like this, she whispered. They're more than bikers, they're family. From the shadows outside, movement flickered. Ryder's instincts went on high alert. Eyes sharp. Move quietly. No one gets past us. Sable whispered to Liam, see that light? That's us. We're not going anywhere. They can try, but we're stronger than any fear they throw at you. A dark figure emerged from an alley, testing the perimeter. A quick glance, a flick of motion, and Cole was already in position, blocking the way. The intruder froze, realizing he had underestimated the force standing between him and the boy. The bikers didn't shout, didn't threaten, yet the sheer presence of moral authority, courage, and loyalty radiating from them was enough to halt any attack. Ryder's voice cut through the tension, low and commanding, "Leave. Now. You have no right here. Not tonight." The shadow hesitated, then retreated. But Ryder knew it wasn't over. Whoever had been targeting Liam was bold and reckless. They would test him again, push boundaries, and maybe try to strike when the biker's guard was down. Inside, Liam hugged his backpack closer, feeling both fear and relief. I think they're gone," he whispered. Ryder placed a firm hand on his shoulder. "They're gone for now. But courage isn't just about today, it's about every day. Loyalty isn't just a promise, it's action. And moral strength? That's us showing up when it counts. That's why we're here. That's why you're safe." Edna's eyes filled with tears, finally allowing herself a small smile. "I've never seen such courage, such loyalty. I thought the world had forgotten kindness." Ryder glanced around at the crew. Every biker's face a mask of determination, vigilance, and heart. Kindness isn't gone. It just rides differently sometimes. Tonight, we ride for those who can't. Tonight, Liam learns what it means to be truly protected. The night pressed on, heavy with anticipation, but the warehouse became a fortress, not just of walls, but of courage, loyalty, and moral strength. Liam could feel it, a quiet but unshakable presence surrounding him. And in that presence, he began to learn a lesson that would stay with him forever. True protection is not just strength, but action driven by the heart and guided by unwavering moral courage. The first rays of dawn barely touched the edges of Rustwood when Ryder called the crew together. The warehouse was quiet, the soft hum of engines outside a steady reminder that their vigil had not ended. Every biker knew that protecting Liam wasn't just about one night, it was about ensuring he would never be alone again, that the threats chasing him could never reach him. Ryder's eyes scanned each rider, the weight of responsibility heavy in his voice. "We can't just wait for trouble to find him. We take action. We move, we protect, and we make sure no one ever gets close again. That's loyalty. That's courage. That's moral strength." Cole stepped forward, voice calm but firm. "We can rotate teams, keep eyes on all access points, and make sure Edna and Liam are never out of our sight. No gaps, no exceptions." Hank added, "And we need contingency plans. Vehicles ready, exits clear, backup teams on standby. We're not just babysitting. We're creating a fortress of protection." Liam, sitting quietly on a blanket, clutched his backpack, his small eyes wide. You really mean this? You'll keep me safe?" Ryder knelt beside him, hand firm on his shoulder. "Kid, we don't just say it. We act. That's what matters. You're not alone. Not today. Not ever." Edna's hands shook as she spoke, her voice barely above a whisper. "I've never seen anyone do this for a child before. I thought the world had forgotten kindness." Sable placed a reassuring hand over Edna's, eyes warm. "Kindness isn't gone. It rides differently sometimes. Tonight, it rides with us." The crew divided into teams, each rider taking a specific post. Some monitored the perimeter, others prepared vehicles for rapid movement, and a few stayed inside with Liam and Edna, ready to intervene at the slightest sign of danger. Every movement was precise, deliberate, a choreography of protection honed by years of experience and moral instinct. From a distance, the intruders who had previously harassed Liam could be seen, watching, planning. They had no idea that 40 bikers were not just nearby, they were ready, vigilant, and morally unshakable. Ryder's team didn't need to attack to establish dominance. Their presence alone communicated a force of loyalty and courage that no one could challenge. As the day shifted, Liam began to relax slightly, feeling the protective rhythm of the engines and the unwavering attention of the bikers around him. For the first time in weeks, he could breathe without fear. He realized that safety was more than walls and locks, it was action, loyalty, and courage surrounding him like a shield. Ryder looked at his crew, satisfaction tempered with resolve. This isn't over, but we've made a start. We act before danger can strike, we stand before fear arrives, and we protect when no one else will. That's how we do it. That's what being a family means. Edna watched, tears in her eyes, seeing not just bikers, but guardians, people who had risen when the world had failed. I never thought I'd see this, she whispered, clutching Liam's hand. I never thought anyone could care so much. And in that warehouse, surrounded by motorcycles, leather jackets, and the soft hum of engines, Liam began to understand something powerful. Courage isn't just physical, loyalty isn't just spoken, and moral strength isn't just taught. It's lived, every single moment, by those willing to rise for you when it matters most. By late afternoon, the shadows around Rustwood had begun to lengthen, and Ryder's crew knew the danger was approaching again. The boys who had harassed Liam were bold, desperate, and reckless, but they were no match for a force bound by loyalty, courage, and moral conviction. Ryder's voice carried through the warehouse as he addressed his team, calm but commanding, eyes sharp. Every move counts. We protect Liam and Edna at all costs. No mistakes. No mercy for anyone who threatens them. Cole and Hank moved to secure the perimeter, eyes scanning alleyways, rooftops, and abandoned buildings. Every sound carried significance: footsteps on gravel, the faint hiss of tires, a door creaking open. Sable stayed inside, comforting Liam, whispering reassurance while maintaining communication with the riders outside. Liam's small hands clutched his backpack, heart pounding. "They're coming back, aren't they?" he whispered, voice trembling. Ryder knelt beside him, voice steady but fierce. "Maybe. But here's the truth, you're not facing this alone. We're here. Every one of us. We rise when it matters. That's courage. That's loyalty. That's family." From the corner of the warehouse, Edna's frail frame shook, yet her eyes burned with determination. "He's not taking him from me again," she whispered, voice almost a growl. "Not after everything." Outside, the first shadow appeared, one of the older boys creeping toward the warehouse. Cole's hand went up, signaling the team. Ryder's eyes narrowed. "Hold. Wait for the right moment. Make them feel our presence before they even touch the door." The intruder froze as the rumble of motorcycles rose from hidden corners, engines growling low, a sound that reverberated with power and authority. 40 bikers, disciplined and determined, surrounded the area like an invisible fortress. The boys' bravado melted as Ryder stepped forward, voice echoing with authority. "Leave now. You have no right here. Not today. Not ever." The shadow hesitated, then another figure appeared, a second, older boy, daring and defiant. But as they advanced, the bikers didn't flinch. They didn't raise fists unnecessarily, didn't shout threats. Instead, their presence alone radiated moral authority, courage, and unshakable loyalty. The boys could feel it, a force stronger than fear itself pressing down, warning them to retreat. Ryder's hand rested lightly on Liam's shoulder, a reminder of safety and trust. "See, courage isn't just fighting. It's standing for someone else. Loyalty isn't words, it's showing up. And moral strength? That's protecting when no one else will." Slowly, the intruders backed away, defeated not by fists but by presence, moral conviction, and unwavering action. The tension dissolved into the quiet hum of engines and whispered reassurances. Liam exhaled, relief washing over him. He realized something profound. His small voice, his call for help, had summoned an army of courage stronger than any threat. Edna wiped tears from her eyes, voice breaking. "I've never seen anything like this. I didn't know people like you existed." Ryder glanced around at his crew, pride tempered with focus. "We exist. And we act. That's what matters. Tonight, Liam sees it. And so do you. Courage, loyalty, moral strength, they're not just words. They're actions. And we just proved that." Inside the warehouse, the warmth of protection, hope, and family settled like a soft blanket. Liam hugged his backpack, finally allowing a tiny smile. Edna's trembling hands held him close, understanding that for the first time, he was truly safe, and that the biker's presence was not temporary, but a living lesson in protection, courage, and loyalty. The night had settled fully over Rustwood, the warehouse glowing softly from the inside like a beacon of safety amidst a city that often seemed indifferent to the vulnerable. Ryder gathered his crew, eyes sharp, posture commanding, the weight of responsibility evident in every line of his face. Protecting Liam and Edna wasn't just a mission, it had become a moral imperative, a test of loyalty, courage, and unwavering commitment. "Tonight showed us what we're capable of," Ryder said, voice calm but intense. "But tomorrow and the next day, we can't just wait. We need a plan. Full protection. Full vigilance. Every possibility covered." Cole and Hank moved to the perimeter, detailing escape routes, surveillance points, and neighborhood checks. Each move was deliberate, precise, ensuring that Liam could never be cornered, threatened, or caught unaware. The bikers' presence radiated a tangible sense of moral strength, the kind of force that didn't need violence to protect. Their courage and unwavering loyalty were enough. Inside, Liam hugged his backpack, finally relaxing slightly. "You're really doing all this for me," he whispered, eyes wide. Ryder crouched beside him, placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "Kid, courage isn't just about standing up to danger yourself. It's about having people rise when you can't. Loyalty isn't words, it's actions. And moral strength? That's us being here, keeping you safe." Edna, sitting in a corner with tears glistening in her eyes, spoke softly. I never thought anyone could care so much. I thought we were alone in this world." Sable gently took her hand. "You're not alone. You'll never be alone again. We're your family now. We act when it matters, we protect when it's needed, and we stay when the world tries to turn its back." Ryder nodded toward the crew, voice firm. "We're setting up a rotation. Liam and Edna will have eyes on them at all times. Safe routes, secure locations, support ready. No gaps, no mistakes. Family protects." Toby, the youngest rider, leaned closer to Liam. "You've got people who ride for you. People who act when it counts. That's something stronger than anything else out there." The bikers worked tirelessly, establishing secure perimeters, backup plans, and communication lines. They didn't just create a temporary safety net, they built a fortress of protection, courage, and moral authority that no threat could penetrate. Every decision, every movement, reinforced the lesson Liam would carry for the rest of his life. That true courage comes not from fighting alone, but from standing with people who rise when it matters most. As the engines hummed quietly outside, a calm descended over the warehouse. Liam clutched his backpack tightly, but this time with hope rather than fear. Edna's frail hands rested on his shoulders, a small smile breaking through the worry that had shadowed her face for weeks. She realized something powerful. Protection isn't always about force, it's about action, loyalty, courage, and moral strength. Ryder looked around at his crew, pride and solemn responsibility in his gaze. "This isn't just tonight. It's a future. Liam and Edna are safe. And that safety comes from us acting when no one else would. That's family. That's loyalty. That's courage. And that's moral strength." In that quiet moment, Liam understood something profound. He was no longer alone, no longer vulnerable. He had guardians, teachers, and a family who would rise for him, no matter the cost. And in that knowledge, he finally felt safe. The warehouse was calm now, bathed in the soft morning light filtering through the dusty windows. Liam sat cross-legged on a blanket, clutching his backpack, eyes wide with a mixture of awe and relief. For the first time in weeks, he felt truly safe, not because danger had vanished completely, but because he had people who would rise to protect him, always. Ryder crouched beside him, voice calm but carrying the weight of moral authority. "Kid, you asked for help, and we came. Courage isn't just standing up for yourself, it's standing for someone else when they can't. Loyalty isn't just a word, it's action. And moral strength? That's showing up, protecting, and never backing down when it matters most." Edna's eyes shimmered with tears, hands clutching Liam's shoulders. I didn't think anyone would care so much. I never imagined people like you existed." Sable placed a reassuring hand over hers. "Kindness still exists. It just rides differently sometimes. Tonight, it rode for Liam. and we'll keep riding for him every day that it matters. Cole added quietly, protection isn't just about guarding someone from harm, it's about showing them they're not alone. That's why we ride, why we rise, why we act. Liam, you've seen it tonight. And you can carry that lesson with you forever. Toby smiled gently at Liam. Your call mattered. Your courage mattered. And every single one of us acted because of that. That's family. That's loyalty. That's courage. Outside, the hum of engines filled the air, a quiet testament to vigilance and moral strength. The warehouse had transformed from a temporary refuge into a sanctuary of hope, protection, and action. Liam realized that he had not only been rescued from immediate danger, but had been given something far greater, a living example of what it means to be safe, supported, and seen. Courage is shown through action, not just words, it's rising when it matters most. Loyalty is proven by who stands with you in your darkest hour. Protection is a force created by moral strength and unwavering presence. Even the smallest voice can summon immense bravery and steadfast guardianship. Family is chosen by those who act with courage, care, and unwavering loyalty. In the face of fear and uncertainty, moral conviction shines brighter than any threat.